Oh, it's on. Release the meteor!
He's looking at you, kid.
I dig it.
That felt pretty great.
America, land of the free. It's at the core of who we are. Freedom. The freedom to live without fear, to drive through all 50 states, to sleep safely in our own beds, the freedom to jog where we please, to watch birds in the park, to wear a hoodie, the freedom to breathe. Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because no matter your religion, gender, disability, age, race, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Dad! Okay, here we go, throw it! Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
It's time for a talk. If you're 45 or older, you need to get yourself screened for colon cancer. This disease can be very treatable when caught early, so the sooner you know what's up with your health, the better. The good news is that there's options for getting screened that are easier than you think. Get informed. Hey, we're all busy and we think, when would we fit it in? Well, make the time. It just might mean more time with your family down the road. If you're a man or a woman, 45 or older, I'm talking to you. I've lost good friends, young friends, to colon cancer. Don't make the mistake of waiting until you have symptoms or think that you have no risk because it doesn't run in your family. Everybody needs to be screened. So, take control. Get screened for colon cancer, 45 or older. Learn how. StandUpToCancer.org/colon cancer.
Nice and bright, bright. The birds are chirping, chirping. And I'm excited. Time to get ready, ready. For another day. Hey. No one can stop us. Oh, we gon' learn to play. Oh, every day we learn and play. We do our best, so we'll be great. Oh, 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 oh. You do your best, best. And I do mine. So let's get ready, cause it's about that time. Good morning, how do you? Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, time to be great. Good morning,
turn on your mic.
That's what I was trying to do. Hey y'all, good morning. Today is Winning Wednesday, and I am your host on the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call, Portia Monique, and we winning today. Today is Wednesday, March 24th, and it's 8:06 a.m. Welcome to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call, y'all. I had to get my coffee early this morning. What we doing today? We learning and playing today. So I want to tell y'all who we have on the show today. We got some great guests. Of course, you know we have Winning Wednesdays with Shay, and she is bringing her guest. And then after Winning Wednesdays with Shay, let me tell y'all who else we got. We have our Sisters with Superpowers, and we're about to get into that because you guys know that it's at the end of the week. But we have two beautiful ladies from Sisters with Superpowers. They're going to be coming on and talking about the Lowe's grants that they won. They are nonprofits, and they both have their own respective minority-owned companies, women, of course. And they're going to be telling us about their business, telling us about the grant money that they won, and also telling us about how they plan to use the funds for the money. They will be at Sisters with Superpower this weekend. And you guys still have time to register. Go to rollingout.com. I'm sorry, go to Peace and Purpose. peaceandpurpose.co. Good morning. Good morning.
Buen dias.
And so after those ladies come on, we also have we got a real estate mogul. Speaking of Tiara Baring, we have a real estate mogul coming on at 9:30. He's gonna come on. His name is Jeremy Norman, and he is the CEO and founder of Norman and Associates Real Estate Solutions in Atlanta. And I checked out his website. He has a slew of people working for him. And he said he's the ultimate luxury real estate firm in the Atlanta area. Have you heard of him, Norman? Jeremy Norman. You heard of him?
I did see he's a part. I think he's with Keller Williams, which is my broker. So I think I'm familiar with the name. Yeah.
Is he?
Shout out to the Keller Williams family.
He owns his own firm. NormanLiving.com is his website. It says Real Estate Solutions. So I don't know, you know, but he has a lot of people that work for him. His agents are incredible. He has two locations. He has one in Atlanta and one in Alabama somewhere. Birmingham? I don't know. Montgomery. My sister and my brother attended Tuskegee, so I'll just be like Montgomery. That's the only city I know. But no, it's Birmingham.
Okay. Great.
Yes.
I want to go to Alabama one day. One day I'll go to Alabama.
What do you mean? You've never been? Girl, it's right up the street.
I haven't been. I just went to Tennessee. No, I went to Tennessee twice. I've been to Nashville for a conference, and then I went to like a Pigeon Forge for last year, like a cabin trip. But no, I'm from, the Northeast region, so it's not often that I have a reason to go a little south. I went to New Orleans, but I never thought about going to Alabama.
You didn't have any friends that attended Tuskegee?
We were gonna go for a homecoming, to homecoming hop, but we just didn't go.
Girl, yes, I visited Tuskegee several times, but my first time was I was like, I'll see you at graduation. I dropped my sister off and got her situated for college. We were only there for one day. She didn't encounter any issues, right? So she had scholarship and all of her financial aid was together, and we checked her in her dorm. Everything was good, and then we left. I said, check you at graduation, but I couldn't because I was pregnant. And I was like 8 months pregnant when she graduated, so I couldn't go down there. So I didn't get her graduation. Aww. But my brother, took him to school, dropped him off, and I was like, I'll see you at graduation. I promise on God, I don't have to come back to this campus until you graduate. Because we got into it with everybody there. But anyway, it was still a great experience because he ended up graduating along with the producer, Ashley. And
Oh wow.
so I've been to Alabama several
That's
times.
cool.
My sister used to live there too. So
I'm
what we talking
excited
about
to
today? We
finally
learning
walk. Am I putting it?
when?
May 16th, y'all. May 16th. They only giving me 6
Ma-
tickets. So my family is kind of it's the battle of the favorites right now.
So, and I probably shouldn't say this, but this was way back in the day. I'm not gonna say it. I'll incriminate myself. But there are ways around your tickets, and we can just talk offline if.
Portia? Hello? All right, guys. Well, I don't know where the additional sounds or where Portia is at the moment. I'm sure she'll be back momentarily once we fix through the issues. Is it just me, or are y'all ready for Friday? Y'all back? Okay.
I'm back. Yeah,
I'm
we'll
ready for
talk
Friday.
offline about that. We'll help your family out. I was trying to close my
Yeah.
tabs because I have an echo, and I was trying to figure out where it was coming from. So sorry, y'all.
Last year we were gonna get 12 when we were gonna have a regular graduation, but now it's social distancing guidelines 6.
So who all is coming? Who all are coming?
Probably just my immediate family. Good thing is I'm an only child, so I don't really have that many people to invite. As long as my mom there, my parents are there, my grandma's there, my aunt's there, just those people. And then I might have like a after party, not a big function, but just something, at a house or something like that to celebrate, because they can watch it on a live stream. So whoever wants to come down, I'll let them come down, even though they can't get into Georgia Tech.
I still got an echo. Y'all hear it? I'm sorry. Let me see if I can close some other tabs down. I don't know.
I
what's
only
going on.
hear it when I talk.
Oh, really?
You hear it when you talk?
I do.
Mm.
Okay, no worries. It's just gonna irritate me. But yeah, so make sure that people get the vaccine before they come down, Tiara, because Atlanta is wide open.
Yep, they said it'll be available for all adults in Georgia Thursday, tomorrow. So I'll see about getting on somebody's list. But still, mask up.
Your grandma too, though, right? Is your grandma?
Oh, she already has. They been got the vaccine. She been got it.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom and my grandma, they got it early. The vulnerables, the old ladies, the golden girls.
Yeah. Okay, well, good. That's what I'm concerned about. Your mama and your grandma. Make sure they're good. Because you don't want them around all them people who never social distance, like ever.
Right.
So, I'm trying to check into Facebook, y'all. Did y'all see all the memes going around about Derek Jackson and his wife? Okay, at this point, I really just want them to leave that girl alone. Y'all know it was forced. Y'all know he forced that girl to sit up there with that bonnet on and them glasses, looking very.
They say it wasn't a bonnet. They're saying it was a hat. It wasn't a bonnet.
Somebody's lying. That was a bonnet.
She said it was a beanie hat.
He set her up. I was sitting there thinking, like, did she not know how many followers he had? Like, did she not know that his story had gone viral? Because sometimes we just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought that he just set her up and was like, come on, baby, let's do this little 5-minute live right quick and let people know. And then they just kind of turned on her. I feel bad for her because she didn't ask for it.
I don't necessarily feel bad for her, but I feel like she has some decisions to make. in the very near future, because there's only a certain amount of manipulation that I'm gonna let my husband do, the father of the children that I carried. There's only a certain level of manipulation or embarrassment that me, myself, and I can withstand. And I think for him to be this guru on love, I think that we have totally misconstrued what it means to be in a relationship for better or for worse, or specifically a marriage for better or for worse. For better or for worse means in sickness and in health. It means for richer, for poor, for circumstances that somewhat seem beyond your control, but can really rock a relationship. That's the better for worse. For better or for worse does not mean when you cheat and I stick around as you cheat blatantly, disrespectfully for the world to watch. That is not the same thing as for better or for worse. And him being a relationship, quote unquote, expert should understand that.
I don't see y'all live. Come on, y'all. I don't know. I feel bad for her because sometimes men lie, and if he has her twirled around his finger, it's not much a lot of people can tell her. So it's just not. Like, coming from experience, I know a lot of people. I've been in situations firsthand. It's just not a lot that she can. I'm not saying that it's not a lot that she can do, but if he has her brainwashed, and I was trying not to say brainwashed, but if he has her brainwashed, then she's sticking around with a bonnet, fingers interlocked on live for the whole world to see that I love my man. And that right there said it all. Like, you're not even gonna afford me the time to just put on a little bit of mascara.
I just wanted her to like blink twice if you're in danger, sis.
You know what I'm saying? Like, sis, I wanted to just like kind of stir the cup and be like, get out, boo. Don't go to that second place. Like, like, you need some help with getting out. We're here for you. We will all roll up on him and be like, who you think you talking to? But if she's not ready to leave, she's not ready to leave. And that's apparently what it looks like. She's not ready to leave. So,
well, that's really between them. Nobody could tell her to stay. Can't nobody make her leave. But as long as she's okay with it, and if he says he's sorry and he's no longer doing it, then forgiveness is a beautiful thing for those willing to get into it. Do we have my report? If possible, or are we gonna wait till later?
Hey y'all, hey, good morning. I'm looking at Facebook. They did see us. Somebody said you look great in glasses.
Yes, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
But I can't see the live, so I'm gonna restart my stuff and see if we can fix it, because I want to comment. Good morning, y'all. Good morning.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that y'all don't hear the echo. Van Fields checking in, saying Portia looks great in glasses. Hey, Dre. Good morning. We have Danville VA checking in. We also have Miss D Shields commenting on us. Good morning, D. She's saying she is in a defensive mode, impossible to reason with a woman defending it. I know.
Yes. So D, you coming from experience too.
Yes.
Yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Good morning, Mike. And good morning, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Tammy Berry. Good morning. Mike Raw Voices Jeffers. Hey, Mike. I know you. You calling in from Detroit? Good morning, Mike. Let me know where you calling in from. Yes, D, she is in defensive mode, and it is very impossible to reason. Very impossible. So that's why I feel bad for her. So we need
I
to
feel
go
bad
ahead.
for the both
It's an
of them, and
opportunity
I
to
feel
get
like
some help.
I
You feel
think
like
that
what?
I don't want to see another couple relationship for all of us to watch and like and support and do all that. I'm tired of it. They always break up. It's always some scandal, some infidelity. Even with these reality show stars, they get divorced too. It's just a mess. And then we all be into their relationship, listening to what they gotta say, taking their advice, and then we be single, sad, and stupid while they in a fake relationship the whole time, a fake marriage, a fake whatever. So I think that going forward, we have to really be mindful of what it looks like for us to be supporting these relationships. And of course, you know, those people that you like and you think that they have a nice relationship, that's one thing. But to have relationship goals off of what people post on social media, and then they have to turn around and make statements such as that, ain't nobody got time for that.
I couldn't even
I don't
listen
follow
long
them.
enough to hear what she had to say. I was just like, girl, because I thought she was muted. I'm like, does she speak? I don't know. Dog.
D-
Lead a little
I
cold girl.
agree with
Go ahead.
oh, continue.
You agree with who?
No, I was just saying agreeing with D. D just sent a comment saying she's shocked to see her using spiritual defense over his disrespect. I noticed that too. That's why I said, for better or for worse, that's not what the Bible meant by that, or whatever holy book, you know, that you base your marriage off of. That is not, you know, what that's about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It's not. But again, D is ringing true. She is in defense mode. Listen, so Tiara, I don't know if you've ever had friends that you just could not tell anything to when it came to their man. Like we've encountered them all. And no matter how hard you try, no matter, you know, what evidence you show them, no matter what, like if that's what they want to do, then that's what they want to do. Sometimes men seem to have a hold over women, and I haven't really figured out what it is. It's a myriad of things, right? So we can start naming them if we want to, or we can just use our own imaginations. But at the end of the day, they seem to have strongholds. Jasmine Sullivan wrote a song about it. Y'all want to hear it? Here it go. No, but yeah, she wrote a song on her hotels about it, and she gives y'all a clue. That's all I'm saying. So
a mess.
Yes, Mike. Of course, I know you. Okay, Mike. Yeah, so Mike Raw Voices Jeffers. He said I was on the show a while back. One of the writers, directors of the movie Chocolate Kiss. Of course, that's why I recognize your name. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Good to see you. Detroit in the house. What up, though? Yes. D said I wanted her to call him a whole hoe. A whole hoe at least once. Lord Jesus. Oh, Tam, you want me to sing it? I gotta hear it, y'all. She said he put it down. That's the name of the song. He put it down. Okay. He put it down. Okay. He put it down. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop, y'all. It's 8:30. It's too early in the morning for that. Tammy, don't be hyping me up, girl. Anyway, do we have time for a report before we bring our guests on?
Do we have time? I got a quick report that I could do real quick, and then we could kind of go a little bit deeper into it. I'm gonna maybe save the South Beach report, but Tyson did say that the Holyfield fight is on once they get the paperwork done. So if you remember on Monday, we heard the news that Tyson was getting ready to get in the ring. It says that recent reports stated that the fight initially was called off after Tyson rejected a $25 million deal. He said, if you want me back in that ring, I'm going to need a bigger bag. It's Mike Tyson. Can you blame him? It says, despite reports that Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield fight was off, Iron Mike returns to say things are moving forward. And so in May, we should expect to see a fight between the two. Tyson says, what's a promoter? An overrated cheerleader? The fight is on with me and Holyfield. Holyfield's a humble man. I know that he's a man of God, but I'm God's man. And I'm going to be successful May 29th. So, it's going down. I want to go to a fight party.
I don't. And let me get my second vaccine shot, and then maybe, perhaps. Not in Atlanta, though. Y'all, wow. Y'all off the hook.
No, I don't want to go to the club, but I want to go. I want to be in somebody's basement.
Like a house party?
Playing spades. Yeah. Everybody playing spades. Somebody cook. Somebody on the grill. Good vibes.
Do you have any Black friends that don't know how to play spades? I'm just curious.
Yes, and I give them the side eye because I remember as a kid, I had to sit on one of my auntie's lap and watch her. And it was a lot of yelling, it was a lot of screaming, it was a lot of cursing, it was a lot of slamming on the table. But it was very a part of my formative experience of who I am to this day. And now can't nobody see me when it comes to spades.
Yeah.
It made me who I am.
We caught up
I
with
definitely
spades. We had to teach the kids. Well, my oldest knew. My youngest, he's just not interested. But last year when the pandemic hit and it got hot and we were able to sit out on the deck, we would just sit out and play cards, and we would have spades tournaments. It wasn't nightly, but it was definitely weekly, and we would teach the kids how to play spades too. It was fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have Black friends that don't know how to play spades, and you have to revoke their Black card. And
definitely.
Coincidentally, they're also the same Black friends that attended PWIs. So, just saying.
Well, well, I think everybody should know how to play spades. It's just, to me, it's my favorite game, and I know how to. It's my favorite card game, possibly the only card game that I can say at this point I'm really good at. Everything else I feel like is kiddie. Meet me at the spades table.
Yeah, we should do a spades tournament this summer once everybody gets the vaccine. In Atlanta, of course. 8:29 on the Rolling Out AM
family champion. I'm sorry.
Your mama is?
I'm the family champion. King Kong ain't got ish on me. Anyway,
I think that's the attitude that you should have. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm checking into Facebook. Y'all, 8:30 on the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. With your favorite host, Portia Monique and Tiara the Shade Berry. We have our first guest about to come on. And of course, today is Winning Wednesday, so they're definitely going to be talking about winning. I can't wait to talk to them. What else did your mama say?
This is hilarious.
What about
D shows? Huh? I see the comment from Teru about Bidwiz, but I was saying D says that she wasn't allowed to play spades because of the church she attended. And my family was very into the church, probably Baptist, Pentecostal, all of that. But we still drink, gamble, bet. Terrible. Duality is important.
My mama was the black sheep of the family, so that's why we learned how to play dominoes, spade, Bidwiz. Teru, what you know about Bidwiz? Don't do that, because that's
I don't know about Bidwiz.
It's
I heard it's like spades though, right? Is it like
it is like spades. It's similar to spades, yeah. I mean, if you know how to play spades, of course you'll get the concept to play Bidwiz. We used to have some tournaments. But it was a grown folk game way back in the day, like when I was super young. And so they wouldn't necessarily, like at college, we played spades, right? But at home, everybody played Bid West, and it was like if you didn't know Bid West, you couldn't even sit at the table. Rise and fly, rise and fly. So yes,
Let me
yes,
do my
yes,
homework.
Taru, that is the game. Yeah, Bid West is fun.
Seems like we have our
said,
guests ready.
Oh, okay, go ahead. I'm checking into Facebook.
So, guys, Winning Wednesdays, we want to introduce Miss Shay and Yolanda. Hey, ladies, how y'all doing?
Good morning. I am cracking up behind here listening to y'all. We done got Black Card revoked. We done got Derek Jack's wife.
Yeah. Good morning,
so Derek
lady.
Jack's wife, real quick. I agree. Like, just leave. Miss Yolanda, I'm gonna say yes, forgive, but just leave. She looks like a deer in the headlights. That grip on her hand. I was like, what is happening? Like, why are you gripping her hand? And why does she have a bonnet on? I didn't understand the bonnet. And then I didn't understand the second video with another bonnet. I was like, I don't understand.
She said it's a hat. She said it's a hat.
It takes 2 seconds, y'all, to put some lipstick on and just don't say nothing. It's not her. Guess what? It's not her journey. That's him, right? She said that's between him and God. Then let it be between him and God. But that grip on the hand, I was like, oh boy. And as far as I am not the best spades, I do know how to play spades, but I did go to a predominantly white college because I am from Minnesota, but I do know how to play black spades though. So there, Portia. But I make the food.
Yes.
So you come to the house, you play the spades, and I make the food. So there.
Okay. Good.
Does that work?
How you like? That works.
Good morning.
That works. Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, I like those braids, Yolanda. I haven't seen you in braids before.
Yeah, this is just a fresh new do for me.
Fresh new do. Yes, you're just coming off of a birthday, correct?
I am, yes.
Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Well, good morning. Winning Wednesday. Welcome to the show. It's a rainy day up here, but rainy spring day, but welcome. We're celebrating Women's History Month. Yes. Women's History Month. Wanted to bring you on. You're doing some amazing things here in the Twin Cities. Yolanda Peterson, she is a leader in the Twin Cities. She works in supplier diversity with business development and strategies. You're currently with, is it Anderson Corporation, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Correct. So I want to get into a little bit about your role and leadership in the corporation, and then we'll go into your wonderful book that I was able to read. So tell me a little bit about your role in the Twin Cities here. I know you're involved in nonprofits and things of that nature.
Yeah, so one of the things that's really unique is that I manage a supplier diversity program. So we help small minority-owned businesses and women-owned businesses really get a foot into corporate America. And so we start with our procurement dollars. If you look at a corporation, we have large spend, and my full-time goal is to really bring on more minority, Black-owned, women-owned businesses into our supply chain.
Nice. Okay. I did not know that. I'm learning something new. Wonderful. And then how long have you been with Anderson Corporation?
I've been with Anderson for 2 months. Prior to that, I was at Super Value for the past 3.5 years.
Okay. Great. And then you're doing work with nonprofits, correct?
Correct. So I'm on the board of directors for 180 Degrees. And so we're a SEY youth group home, and that's sexually exploited youth. We have facilities throughout the Twin Cities that house homeless youth and then youth who've been impacted by sexual exploitation.
Yes, I'm very familiar with that foundation. I think it's amazing work doing. I've learned a lot about it in the past year. Looking forward to getting involved and doing some work with that. That's amazing. So that foundation is helping young ladies get off the street that are in sex trafficking, correct?
Correct. Yes. And so what we do is we provide housing and other resources that they need to really get back into society and really offer mental health, other wellness opportunities for them, as well as get them back on track with their education, get them back into schools, and really just help them get integrated back into their families if that's applicable.
And what challenges have you guys faced like during COVID? I mean, already that's a big, there's a lot going on already, but what has happened over this past year with that?
Over the last year, it's been really interesting. We've had more and more youth who are coming off the streets, coming out of their exploitation situations. And so it's really been a challenge. And so one of the challenges is really having enough adequate housing and other resources available. And so one of the things that we're looking to do over the next year or two is really expand our facilities and our operations. So we've added on 2 additional buildings, and we're consistently going to add more buildings. Our goal is to have 180 bed residential facility here in the Twin Cities. So that's something that we have in progress.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And on top of 180 degrees helping young women, you also help men coming out of prison, correct?
Correct, we do. So there is housing and other job opportunities related to helping them not become real offenders and really helping them become a part of society in a positive aspect.
That's wonderful. So giving them a fresh start, they paid their debt to society and helping them move past what they've done.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's really a wonderful organization that really tries to prevent youth from being part of the system and part of the systematic racism that's caused with prison and imprisonment as well as poverty. And so we're really trying to capture youth as well as adults.
That's great. I love that. Love that organization. I love that your leadership in that and how you're having an effect on all of that. That's great. Let's go into my favorite, your book, A Token of Love. I got my book right here, y'all. So I grabbed this from you, I think last summer, wasn't it?
Correct.
Last summer or last spring. Yeah, right during COVID. So I saw you put this up, and so I wasn't feeling well, so I think I inboxed you to send it to me, and it was just right on time. So I was in bed and was able to read it. So it was just, it was great because I'm all about wellness and healing from the inside out. So tell us a little about A Token of Love. It's called A Token of Love, y'all. Just so you guys, if you can see it, faith, family, and forgiveness. So tell us a little about this and how it came about.
Yeah, I had always wanted to tell my story in a meaningful way and a purposeful way. But one of the challenges to that is telling your story has to be about something besides telling your story. And so one of the things that I always struggle with, and many people struggle with, is forgiveness. And I had bought tons and tons of books, tons and tons of things, and tried to pray. And then you tell yourself, I'm over these things. And when you really get to the core of who you are, all the things and obstacles that we face are so much of who we are today. And so I really took the journey for myself and to really take back my story and really own my story. There are lots of things that I had done, kind of sins of my parents that I had carried with me throughout my life. And so one of the things I did was I started journaling. And then from journaling, a book arose. And as I was, getting my book prepared and getting ready to tell my story, I realized how much of my journey I hadn't overcome. And so, it's always, people always tell you to get over it. And, I'm just a firm believer in, you have to get through it to get over it.
You have to
And
get
then
through it.
and once you get through it, you really have to ask yourself, what was God trying to tell me in that moment? And so that's where the book, kind of was born. And I really started writing out what was happening, how was I feeling, and really journaling my experience. And that really helped me narrate my book from a real point of forgiveness, a real point of, faith, family, and forgiveness. And that's going to continuously be a journey for me. And I think there's so many other people that are on that same path. And so that's where the book has really been an inspiration for me. And I love sharing my story, especially with young people. I think when you're young, you don't know what you don't know.
Right. And, as someone that's in wellness, healing from the inside out is the key for me. And I've just highlighted some points that stuck out to me. I went back to when you were 16, right? And you were dating the drug dealer, and your relationship with your grandmother and your mother, and just that process, and how she never judged you, and how you were navigating through that, right? And your grandmother helped you through that. And a lot of people don't have that, right? And so I see you as a 16-year-old and now working with those young ladies at 180 degrees, right? So your work now is coming through right now from this book. So I think that's amazing that you took yourself from that situation and applying it to work now, because you were those young girls, right? Not as deep,
Absolutely.
but still, you were still a 16-year-old girl with someone that you shouldn't have been with, right? And so, yeah, so I saw that. That was a pivotal point for me, because we all probably dated somebody we shouldn't have been back then, and not everyone had guidance, right? And then I went back to in 1995 when you came up here from Chicago, right? Kind of that fresh start. And you were saying it was like the longest journey, longest 2 months of your life, right? But you were able to start over and start forgiving, slowly looking back of how you could start over. And I think a lot of people do not give themselves grace for what they've gone through, right? And they beat themselves up and they live in the past. And I think that's part of the tokens of love, right? You have to give yourself little tokens of love throughout each step of your life that you have said with that.
Yeah, I think one of
Just
the
love.
one one of the really one of the really important things that I often tell young girls is that tell yourself how old you are. I remember one day when I really sat down and thought about my journey, and I thought about I was 19, and every time I
Right.
said it, I emphasized the teen part, because at 19,
Right.
you think you have to solve the world's problems. You think, all these things. And you give yourself that grace, understanding you're still a teenager, you're still young.
Right. Well, society makes you turn 18, now you're grown, right? And you're not. You're a teenager. You don't know anything. You haven't, some people have been through a lot, but you still have a lot of growth, right? To where you need to go. That's great. And then, like, just fast forward, right, to the bonus token. And this made me relate to, as a mother of two teenagers, that the perfect balance of having an effective relationship with your teenager is to have full real conversations without emotions or anger that is included in full scale disclosure. And I just had that conversation with my teenagers last night about some things. And that's all about forgiveness, right? When I was able to forgive things in my past, I'm able to have these balanced conversations and break that generational curse, right? And I especially can only speak about in the Black family. It's hard it's hard for us to say sorry, right? And forgive a lot, so to be able to have those balanced conversations about where I am, where they are, because we do not give teenagers a voice a lot of time, right? Remember, we growing up, it's what mama said or daddy said, that was it, point blank period, go to your room, otherwise there was going to be consequences. And so I love that you're doing that, giving teenagers some room to grow, some room to just breathe and say, this is what's wrong. And that's showing in your everyday
important.
leadership work. It's
It
really
is,
important.
it's really important that you give those around you a voice, even if they aren't your children.
Right.
My kids like to say
Right.
all the time, I collect kids, and I do. I think that's one of the purest forms of giving back, is that helping someone else see who they are, and really in
Right.
their true authenticity, kind of seeing who you are. And I think as a teenager, you struggle with knowing who you are. And so that's a really
yeah.
pivotal time in your life.
Right. And a lot of people don't have guidance. They have no one to turn to. They have no one to help them through that time. I think this book is great for teenagers. They can really relate this. This is, this isn't just for the adult. This is someone they're like, oh, this is me right now. Oh, okay. I'm going through that. I'm dealing with that. This is my adolescence right now. That's great. Then you did a really good thing, Yolanda, at the end. You did a bonus, like the tokens, right? So things that you can take away with you. And they were great. You gave 10 of those. Know yourself, accept thyself, process your feelings, forgive yourself, renew your spirit, find your core and root, forgive others, which is huge, right? Because sometimes people think you have to forgive others, and and it doesn't mean you have to deal with them anymore, but you got to forgive them, right? To move on.
Correct.
Trust the process, believe in your focus and align, and live your life without barriers. I love that. I love those 10 things to take away and apply that to your forgiveness journey every day. And I think that if you take those things and you really, really, that's your healing journey. Your healing journey is right here, right? Like you definitely have evolved from that
Yes,
16-year-old girl. Yes,
absolutely.
yeah.
You know what? A part of me still is that 16-year-old girl. And
Oh
I
yeah,
often
always. Yeah.
go back and reflect and share my journey because I want another 16-year-old to know that obstacles may come, things may happen, but really forgiveness is really a personal journey. And I think people don't recognize how personal it is and how it's really a self journey. Because once you're able to forgive
Right.
yourself, you can easily forgive others.
Right, for sure. So you have teenagers too, correct?
I do, yes. So I have a
Okay.
17-year-old, and then
Okay.
I have a 9-year-old.
Okay. So you're going through that teenage stage too. So I have two, so I completely understand. So lots of conversations right now, especially during COVID, right? So lots of
Absolutely.
emotions. And so just looking back. And so it's funny to see myself in them, right? And so when they do certain things, you're like, well, why? And I'm like, oh, okay, I remember that. Okay. Give them a little grace, give them a little grace, So yes, the
You know what?
forgiveness.
I read a book, and it said the closest journey to yourself is looking through the eyes of your children.
Yes. Yeah, they're a reflection of us. So when people
Yeah.
look at their kids and they get mad, it's like, get mad at yourself because that's you. That's
Yeah.
all you. So yes, that is
Yeah.
for sure. Well, great. What else? What other new things do you have coming up? Are you writing another book or anything?
I'm actually working on a podcast, Shay, and I'm
Okay,
really working
okay.
on a podcast and, really kind to correlate exactly what I want to do. So part of it is that I think it's really important when we think about Black entrepreneurs, especially, we lack resources, we lack kind of funding for our businesses, and then we lack
Right.
knowledge for our business on how do we scale and scope. And so when I look over the last year during COVID, a lot of our businesses didn't wasn't able to take advantage of some of the funding that was available because our structure wasn't set up, our records weren't
Right.
accurate. So one of the goals is that how do we help entrepreneurs, especially fresh entrepreneurs, know what you need to know in order to scale your business and start your business? And so those are things that I'm really passionate about. And right now is a great time. There's lots of focus on Black entrepreneurs, lots of focus on women. And so just really partnering with the right organizations and really making sure that I am able to give my knowledge and expertise to those that need it.
Okay. Well, that's wonderful. I love all the work. Bravo to you making history, Women's History Month, and making history every day. How can people get your book? How can
So
people
it's
get
on
this?
Amazon. Yeah, it's on
Okay.
Amazon. It's called A Token of Love.
Yes,
My
can you guys
author,
see that?
I'm going by Yolanda Cox Pearson, using my maiden name as
Yes.
well. Just really
Okay.
paying homage to the women that raised me. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Love all your work you're doing. You're killing the game, Yolanda. We appreciate you being a strong, beautiful Black leader in the community.
Thank
Ladies,
you
do you have
so
any
much for having
questions?
me, Shay. Thank you,
Yes,
ladies.
of course. Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Thanks,
joining us.
ladies.
Ladies, Winning
Thank you. I'm sorry, I
Wednesdays.
was on mute.
Yes, you're winning
Wednesday.
for sure.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that. Thanks, guys. That was great. I love when women reach out. I'm not even going to say reach back, but reach out to help youth because all too often it's needed. And we just, it really does take a village. And you don't truly understand that until you need the village. And then you be like, where my village at? But it really does take a village to raise children. And so I'm happy that she can be that village for some people. So we have guests. We have other guests, y'all. So of course you guys know that we have our conference at the end of the week, Sisters with Superpowers. And these are two ladies that will definitely be at the conference. They are they are part of the Lowe's Shiro series. So they receive grants on behalf of Lowe's, and they're going to be speaking during the panel session at Rolling Out Sisters with Superpowers, Peace and Purpose, all of that. Friday, Saturday, y'all have to register. Tune in. These ladies will be there. Let's just get a chance. Let's take a moment to get to know them and their organizations, what they do, how they're going to give back to the community by using these funds and all of this great stuff. We will start with you, Apple Mania. Please introduce yourself to the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call and let us know who you are and your organization. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes. We can.
Yeah. Okay, great. Good morning. My name is Applemania Bradford. I am the proud CEO of Teacher Bay Balanced and Educated Incorporated. And my nonprofit is exclusive for educators. We pride ourselves on community outreach and helping our communities thrive, mentorship for rookie teachers, putting emphasis on self-care, bringing awareness to self-care, because it's all about that work, home life balance, as well as just unifying educators, bringing educators together. So my nonprofit it's been around for about 2 years. Officially for 2 years, but I've been bringing educators together for quite some time now. I've been a teacher for 11 years. I am an early childhood teacher. I currently teach first grade in the Atlanta Public Schools. Yes, ma'am. And I'm currently a doctoral candidate pursuing my doctorate in education. So all things education, but I'm also all things self-care. And that's what Teacher Bay Incorporated represents. That's what it represents, self-care. And of course, giving back, helping our communities thrive, but we're not your regular teacher organization. So I always like to put that out there because we like to show others that yes, we get the job done, but we empower in our four walls of our classroom, but our empowerment shows is delineated outside of our classroom. So that's our motto, empowering beyond the classroom. And I'm just so excited to be one of the honorees and awardees of the Lowe's grants. There's so much things that I have in place in store to do with it. So I'm excited.
Oh, we are so excited for you too, Apple Mania. You guys are doing some great stuff in the community. And I can imagine you teaching those, you said first graders. They're a ball of fun. Yes.
Yes, I have my fabulous and fantastic firsties. That's what I refer to them as.
I love it, love it, love
it. And we're face to face.
Oh wow! Do you wear a mask? Do they wear a mask? Do they wear?
Yeah. We're all in. They have death shields. I have a death shield. We're all in masks and shields all day. We're used to. We're true to this lifestyle.
Okay.
So I only have about 14 firsties, but it's been a challenge, but it's been a challenge worth taking, So all is well. Everything is going great in my classroom, and as long as those babies are smiling each and every day, that's what makes me happy, and they're growing and thriving in the conditions that we are in. It's not the normal. The normal school year, and hasn't been, but they've been gotten accustomed to it. And hey, we're moving and we're grooving.
I love that. Love that.
Amazing. I really think that teachers are underappreciated just in society. So thank you so much for continuing to educate our babies, because y'all are really the ones who ensure, I think, the future of America. And I think that you definitely deserve your flowers, and congratulations on the grant. Miss Jai, how are you?
We can't hear you. No. Oh, no.
Oh, wait.
I'm reading lips. It says she's going to try to put her headphones back in. We'll wait for her to see if that works. While we're doing that, Applemania, where are you located?
I'm located in East Atlanta, Decatur. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. And how did you hear about the grant?
Well, I saw it was publicized when y'all had the first segment. So I saw the Rolling Out series, and then I heard about it, and then I was nominated. And everything just went from there. And when I got the phone call, I cried like a baby. I cried. I mean, I was just so honored and just so proud. And it just made me, it just made me so proud of Teacher Bay and what it's become, because obviously you never know who's watching. And that's what I tell myself. You never know who's watching. Like, you never know who's watching. So you never know how you inspire others or whatever you do. So I'm just so happy and feel honored to be a part of Women History Month and being honored during this month with a host of other beautiful women that are making an impact in the community. And like I said, we're going to take that grant, and we have so many plans and so much we want to do to help our communities thrive.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's try Jay now. Jay, can you hear us? Jay? Jay? Okay. Okay, so while we waiting on her, let's get back to you, Applemania. So how do you plan on using the funds that you received?
So we have an initiative and that's a part of our pillars to unify educators, called Bay of the Day. So Bay of the Day is when we spotlight a teacher Bay that is empowering in her classroom and outside of her classroom. We're going to take that grant, and we are going to cultivate that initiative and just unify educators and bring them together. So we spotlight them on our social media page. They get a swag bag with lots of teacher Bay things, and they'll get a gift card to help go towards things that they need for their classroom or things that they need for their self-care, because again, it's all about self-care. We can't do what we do without self-care. We have a host of initiatives in the summer where we give back to the homeless. We're going to be partnering up with some probably women's and children's shelter, but most importantly, Teacher Bay was able to give a book scholarship to my alumni, Florida A&M University, back in 2019. So we're going to continue that too, giving book scholarships to those students that are thriving in college, and mostly focused on a college of education major. So that's how we plan to use our $3,000. And like I said, I can't stop smiling because it's such a blessing. It's truly a blessing when you think that things are not going as planned. It's always God's plan, and it's all about timing. So this was perfect timing. And again, I am truly blessed and I'm truly honored.
I love that. My son wants to attend Florida A&M. So,
well, yes, ma'am. Tell him to get at me. Look, I'm recruiting. I'm recruiting.
FAMU.
Ma'am.
Jay, are you ready?
Yes. Can you hear me?
We can. Yes. Welcome to Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call.
Hey. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Absolutely. So we learned all about Applemania, her organization, what she plans to do with the money. Yes. You tell us about who you are, your organization, how you plan to use the funds, etc.
First and foremost, is indeed an honor to be here with such amazing other sheroes of this amazing award we're rolling out. Again, to introduce myself, my name is Jay McClendon Jones, and I am the founder and executive artistic director of AREA, which is an acronym for Atlanta's Resource for Entertainment and Arts, with the nonprofit vertical, AREA nonprofit. We are where the arts live. We are where the arts and entertainment thrive and live from a standpoint of novices to professionals. Here we have multiple different programs that we do in reach in regarding to our inside of our facility that we train, and we house so much talent here that go off to be amazing talent in the world. It doesn't matter just in arts and entertainment, but across the world. But also in outreach, we partner with notable organizations, including National Black Arts Festival, to the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, Ailey Extension. Shout outs to Ms. Lisa Johnson Willingham for tuning in to me with me today. And then also other list of notable organizations that we want to ensure that we can continue to create dynamic programming amongst the Atlanta community and really and truly across the world.
That sounds wonderful. So you guys obviously are in Atlanta. How do you plan on using the phone? Can you guys hear me? I still hear
yes.
the phone.
Yes.
Okay. So how do you plan on using the phones?
Well, for us, it's definitely an honor to be moving through this amazing space. And I'll just say amazing because this pandemic has taught us all a lesson. It's really taught us about really what your true purpose and your mission for your organization really is about, and how to really successfully move forward with accomplishing those goals. So for us, being in the arts, we know our industry was one that was majorly impacted. You know, our center, our performing arts studio here on Peachtree had to be shut down for quite a few months. And with that, we know that the people that normally come into our doors need us, because this is a release. This is a way that they can, you know, stay connected to just their normal life, you know, also too, just to be able to explore their love and passion in the arts. And so these funds are very critical for us to continue our mission and our vision moving forward, to continue to make sure we provide a space that once they come back into our facility, is totally new, is refreshed. We have all of the latest and greatest and most compliant options for us to be well maintained here from a COVID standpoint, but also too, just to energize our artistic space so we can ensure that we can continue to do greatness here in Atlanta.
Love it, love it, love it.
Wow.
Yeah. Tiara?
I still hear. No, I can still hear your echo. I didn't know if you were saying anything. I'm sorry.
Oh.
No. So, ladies, I wanted to quickly ask you both, in terms of what do you see just the future for your nonprofits overall, outside of a financial standpoint, what are some of the greater goals that you have for both of your businesses?
We'll start with.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Go ahead, Jen.
In regards to area, you know, we are very ambitious right now with ensuring we continue to make a footprint here in Atlanta and really truly across the world. We actually have a new program that we established called The Area Connection in partnership with the Atlanta Dance Connection, a professional dance company here in Atlanta, to ensure that we can create a bridge in the next level of professional growth and development across all spectrums of concert to commercial dance to Broadway to theater to whatever industry that you could be going in. We also, too, are making sure that we keep our talent here locally. You know, I'm born and raised here in Atlanta, and I think it's so important to ensure that we have all of the opportunities here locally in our city. And so with that being said, all of the other professional development and other opportunities that we have to ensure that our talent is equipped and ready is another way that we know for sure we're going to utilize these funds and provide the next steps for our growth and development.
Amazing. Applemania?
And as far as Teacher Bay, Balance and Educated Incorporated, of course, we want to continue to carry out our mission and our vision, and that's empowering beyond the classroom. So we really want to focus on membership. A lot of ladies and men have asked, even, men have asked, can I be a teacher, boo? So we are definitely working on membership and, again, unifying educators together, because, again, we are exclusive for educators and we're not your typical teacher organization. We will we will stand out. We will look different. Again, heavy emphasis on self-care, and just building our organization, getting more partnerships with the community, with community leaders, and working in our community to better of course, the education system, but not just the system, but the teachers who push the system out. So, yes, empowering beyond the classroom.
Great. Yes, both of you ladies definitely have some wonderful organizations that give back to the community. We are so very proud of you. We are so appreciative of your efforts, and we're happy that you guys were a part of the She Rose series with Lowe's. We definitely appreciate you. Please, each of you respectively, just tell us where we can find more information on your business, your organization, and also follow you via social media. We'll start with you, Applemania.
We have a website that is www.teacherbayinc.com. You can follow us on social media on Instagram and Facebook at Teacher Bay Inc. Again, that is Teacher Bay Inc. on both Facebook and Instagram.
And for Area, again, it's truly an honor to be here with you all today. Just to keep up and keep on task with what we have going on, our website is myareaatlanta.com. Again, that's myareaatlanta.com. You can also keep up with us on Facebook and Instagram at My Area Atlanta. And also our Ignite, our adult classes and open and outreach classes is on My Area_Ignite.
Love it, love it, love it. You guys, this is just a snippet of what to expect during the Peace and Purpose Conference this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Be sure to register. You can come back and hear more from these beautiful ladies and talk to them, ask them your own questions. As you know, as if you're on the show with them right now, you can ask them whatever it is that you want. So get your pencils ready, your pens, your pads ready, and tune in. peaceandpurpose.co. That's where you can register. Sisters with Superpowers virtual conference. Be there. These ladies will be there as well to talk more about their organizations and anything else that you guys may want to know about. So thank you so much, ladies, for stopping by the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. We appreciate your time, efforts, and again, congratulations on being a part of the Lowe's She Rose series.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
Absolutely. Take care.
Thank you. You too.
Bye. That was fun. Love hearing about. Yes, I love hearing about young women doing their thing. So y'all. Catch up with them. Make sure you follow them, but also be sure to register for Peace and Purpose. Our Sisters with Superpowers virtual conference is at the end of this week. These ladies that we just spoke to, they will definitely be there. They will be talking to us more in depth about what it is that they're doing, what they're gonna do, the future of their organizations, and et cetera, et cetera. If you want to talk to them, be sure to tune in.
Awesome.
The conference is complimentary. Yes, here we go. Here we go. March 26th and 27th. That's Friday and Saturday. We're going to have more amazing panel sessions as well. But of course, these ladies are a part of the Lowe's She Rose series, and they each have won grants for their organizations. We're also going to talk to two more of the ladies tomorrow, Francois Maris and Shanti Das. A lot of you know who Shanti Das is. She's a former record executive, but she's now the CEO and founder of Silence the Shame. She's also a philanthropist. And then Francois Maris, she's the founder of Black Love Page LLC. So y'all be sure, go check out the conference right now. Register. Spacing is limited. I'm not exactly sure how many we have right now registered, but if y'all want to attend for Women's History Month, go for it. Oh, and then we're going to have this great panel session on Friday. Yep. Cocktails and Conversations is going to be moderated by Africa Miranda. She is a beautypreneur, and she's going to be talking to these lovely ladies. Kadeen Ellis, she's an actress. Cynthia Bailey. She is, of course, everybody knows who she is. Entrepreneur, TV star. And Monique Rodriguez, she is the CEO of My L, Organics. And so we're going to be having a great conversation with them Friday evening, 7 to 8 p.m. Registered today. And then yesterday we talked with Isolde Harris. He is going to be talking with Bevy Smith on Sunday about her book, Bevelations. It's her debut memoir. And they spilled some tea yesterday. So Isolde said that there's a place in the book where Bevy talks about her friendship with Tupac Shakur. And he said it was a platonic friendship. And he said there were also some other juicy details in the book and relationships in the book. And so you just got to tune in and make sure that you get the book beforehand. Read it. Don't be a slacker. Don't show up to the book brunch without reading the book. Get the book. That's all I'm saying.
It is a good book. I want to read the book soon. I heard a lot of great things about it, so I want to read it. I like Bevy Smith. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought I gotta read it. I can't listen. That's what the producer said. Y'all know I listen to my books. Audible.com. That's what I do. Okay. Anyway, let's get into some of these, some of your reports before our next guest. We have our next guest coming up at 9:30. Jeremy Norman. He'll be here at 9:30 to talk all things real estate.
Sure. Well, I actually have a bit of a sad story, y'all. So I don't know if y'all heard about a very, very unfortunate incident that took place in Miami. So 2 spring breakers drugged, raped women, then partied, cops say. She died in a South Beach hotel. So it made big headlines yesterday. 2 North Carolina men, actually from Greensboro, were visiting South Beach, have been arrested and accused of drugging and raping a woman who later died in her hotel room. The men, Evoy Collier, 21, and Dorian Taylor, 24, so young, are also accused of stealing the woman's credit cards to spend money on their trip in South Beach. Investigators are trying to determine whether the woman died of an overdose, possibly from a pill the men supplied. They haven't ruled out, they got the cause of her death, but they haven't ruled out yet if it's a homicide. But these men are facing serious allegations. It says Miami Beach over spring break they've made over 1,000 arrests since February when, kind of the spring break season starts. And at least 5 officers have been hurt on the job. On Saturday, they called for a curfew to contain the overwhelming crowd of visitors and the potential for violence, disruption, and damage to property, which, often happens during the chaotic spring break period. The charges Collier and Taylor face are far more serious: burglary with battery, sexual battery, petty theft, and a fraudulent use of a credit card. If the drug they gave her is proven to have played a role in her death, the men could potentially face a manslaughter or murder charge. Y'all, it is crazy outside in these streets. I don't know if it has to do with America not being open. I think is this a clip that we have? And then, just opening up and people just acting a fool. So more is going to come from it, but more stories on that police report says that the fact that the victim was under the influence of alcohol and narcotics, she could not have consented to sex with defendants. When it became clear the woman was unconscious, the men stole her cash, her credit cards, her phone, and left her in the room without any concern for her welfare or safety. So y'all pray for that victim's family. So unfortunate. Fortune? Moving right along back into our Tyson and Holyfield fight coming up in May 29th. They look good for to be in their 50s now, don't they? As you guys know, a lot of people want to see Tyson and Holyfield back in the ring. Prior to the deal still being on the table, Mike Tyson turned down a $25. He says that he knows that Holyfield is a man of God, but Tyson says he is God's man and he is going to get the victory in this fight. So make sure y'all are tuned in May 29th. And a little bit of lighter news. I want to talk about 21 Savage. So 21 Savage, very popular, known rapper here in Atlanta from the East Side. Shout out to Decatur, East Atlanta. It's been a trend, you know, for rappers to get new sets of teeth. Historically, they've always rocked, you know, the grills with the gold and, you know, iced out mouthpieces and all of that. But in recent trends, they want them good veneers that everybody is getting. So 21 Savage purchased $75,000 worth of a set of new teeth for his grill. I think that's a lot of money for a new set of teeth, but it was worth it to him. He looks great. I think we have a picture of how he looks now, so we could just show that real quick. And then we can compare. But I like this new trend of rappers getting new teeth, veneer teeth, instead of them gold mouths that my grandma don't want me to bring nobody home looking like that.
It just looked like they don't have great oral hygiene when they have a mouthful of gold teeth, is all I'm saying. But yes, he does look very nice with his teeth. Do you know if they were implants or if they're just veneers over his regular teeth? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm gonna see if he tagged his. He didn't really put much in his caption on Instagram. Only thing he said is, "I paid $75K. I'll be damned if I let y'all say these teeth ain't mine." It's a new set of veneers, so I don't. So it might just be veneers, but I'm gonna try to be able to show y'all the picture. He looks good though. He really does. There we go. 75,000 is a lot of money, but your grill is your grill. Maybe 10,000, maybe. Portia, I can't hear you.
Sorry. Yeah, I was wondering if those were implants, because implants, y'all know my ordeal with implants. It's not quick, easy. It's supposed to be a more permanent solution, but let me tell y'all something. The work that goes into it is not cute. It's surgery, y'all. I'm gonna just say that it's definitely surgery, and it hurts. So you have to take real pain meds with it, and you're gonna be down for a day or two. And if you have like shows like we have, 6 days out the week, then you probably want to schedule it when you got a lot of vacation time, because my face was swollen for at least 2 weeks, and I still get the shooting pains over here, and it's still not done. So I got to go back to the dentist, I think in April, to finish the job, y'all. So
wow.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
And they're not cheap. That's why I was asking,
Yeah.
did he get implants or is it just an overlay? But they look nice. So there you go. Boom, there it is.
He got it. He say he happy with it, so that's all that matters. Facebook is checking in. Yeah, back to that spring break story. D-Show says it's enough is enough. Protect women. Miss Jean Bracy Worth says, I don't think there were college students. Me neither. And I am an advocate that during spring break, everybody don't need to be on the beach, because I used to be on spring break and have to ask some guys, like, how old are you? Like, I'm 19 and you're 40. Miss Iris Baker says that is horrible. I hope they get what they deserve, which is some prison time for sure. Oh, they're going under the jail. And so, yeah, so crazy story. A lot of crazy things happening in the world. I know you guys heard about the supermarket incident, and a report came out yesterday saying that 2020, despite everyone being locked up, was one of the highest years for gun violence in a very, very long time. So people have been in their houses going crazy. So make sure y'all practice safety, be on alert, look both ways all the time, whether you crossing the street or not, because this summer could get a little bit wild. For sure. Practice good mental health care for sure. Ms. D. Shields says her daughter works in the dental field and sees a lot of it daily. Ms. Kathleen Collins says dental work is work. Get your money up because most employers' insurance is not covered. It's called cosmetic. That is very true. Dental work can be very expensive. So you got to make sure you take care of your teeth. Brush twice a day. Floss. Flossing is very important. And go to the dentist. Get those checkups, y'all. Don't be that person who only goes to the dentist every 5 years. That is not cute. Yes, Kathleen, because everyone has been locked up. We have all been suffering in the house, and the crazies is going crazy. I also think when we, see these reports of all the stuff going on, supermarket stuff, and then the what's happened at the massages just up the street from me a couple weeks ago, it gives, people ideas of what they could do. And I know it's important that the news acknowledges what's going on, but at the same time, it's like if you give people an idea, they might go off, and do something crazy. So, y'all, we have some birthdays. Also want to bring up my Black History fact. Did y'all know that today is the day that I say my big sister / cousin / other mom, because my last name is Berry, so that makes Holly Berry my cousin, auntie, sister, mom. All that. Twice removed, maybe. I don't know, but I see the resemblance. Today is the day that she won the Academy Award for Best Actress. She was the first Black woman to receive the award. I want to say March 24th, 2002 for her role in Monsters Ball. So shout out to Holly Berry. Black Girl Magic still looks good, still looks amazing, doing incredible things. Yes, that's my cousin, auntie, sister, mom. Exactly. We also have some birthdays today on March 24th. Shout out to all the Aries out there. Miss Pamela Long, who's a singer. Chris Bosh, 37, NBA superstar. I believe he has some rings. We got Nivea. Don't mess with my man. That's what Derek Jackson's wife should have got on that camera and said, don't mess with my man. Since y'all been messing with my man, because she's going to have the one to step to you, period. Star Jones turns 59 today, as well as Quinez Parker, who turns 45. Happy birthday to all those ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, shout out to all the Aries out there. I have some people that are really close to me who have some birthdays coming up. So I love Aries season, especially now that it's officially spring. Spring has sprung. It feels good. I thought we had a picture of Holly too, that we could show. Miss Kathleen Collins says it's Aries season. Is your birthday coming up? Yes, D. We need some emotion out of Mrs. Jackson because there she is, my cousin, auntie, sister, mom, Miss Holly. I know y'all see the resemblance. Can we put them side by side? I mean, no, I'm kidding. But yes, this was the day that she won and made history. The second after who was that amazing Black woman who played that Mammy in that movie? I'm gonna figure it out. I can't believe I'm losing my train of thought when it came to her. Look at the resemblance, y'all. Especially this picture when I have my makeup. Look at that. Y'all see? Look, that's me and my cousin, sister, auntie, mom. Can't tell me nothing. Okay, Iris' birthday is Friday, 26. Happy early birthday. We'll be celebrating you on Friday. Oh, we got birthday twins. Miss Jean Bracy Worthy. Her birthday is Friday as well. So yeah, that is amazing. Ms. Iris Baker also said, what is going through your mind when you are 21, decide to go just kill people? I really hope that they don't let them plead insanity. I don't think they will. But who knows? In those cases, and it's two Black men who killed, a woman who happens to be, the dominant race here in America. So I'm sure they're not going to get any source of leisure in this situation. Kathleen Collins says, yes, tomorrow, March 25th, Me and the Queen of Soul. Okay, more Aries up in here. Have y'all been tuning into the Aretha Franklin series? I haven't, but I heard it's really, really good, very, very telling. So I'm gonna tune in. I like to binge watch, so I'm gonna catch up with all the episodes I missed, and then go back and watch the one tonight, because I think tonight's the finale. Am I right? Okay, Miss D Shields says play her in the biopic. See, D, you get me, and I've been looking for, just friends and people in my life who get me, and you understand. So thank you for the support. To play my cousin, sister, auntie, mom. And more scrolling news that you possibly or probably will be able to find on our website, rollingout.com. Book of the month is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. Join Rolling Out's book club. I think reading is very important, very fundamental. Expand your vocabulary, expand your mind, expand all of that. It's very important to read and not just read people's captions on social media. Actually read good, whole, fulfilling stories and conversations. Senate renews efforts to overhaul U.S. gun laws. Extremely important, especially in this season. Jury has been selected for Derek Chauvin's trial and the death of George Floyd. Maybe we could kind of get an image of what those people look like, because that might determine how the case outcome goes. Another sad story. Bobby Brown Jr.'s cause of death triggers criminal investigation. He died due to narcotics, which is totally saddening for Mr. Bobby Brown, who lost his ex-wife, already one of his daughters, Bobby Christina, and now his son, Bobby, as well. Questlove tells why Jay-Z feels MCs have blackballed Black Thought of the Roots. That's a very interesting topic. And of course, the new Mike Tyson TV biopic is in the works, with Jamie Foxx playing the heavyweight champion. Jamie Foxx is going to play an incredible role. I think if you think about just Jamie Foxx as an artist for a second, right? From Living Color to his ability to make music. He's won I don't know how many Grammys, but I'm sure he's a Grammy winner, as well as being an Academy Award winner with Ray. And then now he's going to go from playing in one biopic to another potentially award-winning biopic. I think it might be a series this time, though, so he might not be up for the Academy Award. But if it is for series, then I'm sure he's going to do an amazing job. But can you imagine the range a person has to be able to play Ray Charles, to be Jamie Foxx and play Ray Charles and play Mike Tyson in just one lifetime? Like, I don't think anybody else can do it like Jamie Foxx, so we definitely have to give him his flowers. Steve Shields says it's 7 white jurors, 4 Black, 2 mixed. Very interesting. Jean Racy Worthy asks, how many Black Lives Matter jurors? I don't know. I feel like in cases of George Floyd, it's very hard to be impartial, because in most cases they ask for the jurors not to, have any type of empathy or relationship to the situation. But I think all of us, based off of how big the situation was, similar to what the Trayvon Martin, are all connected to the case. We also have, praying for Bobby Brown and his family. All right, y'all, we are about to bring on our guest, Mr. Jeremy Norman, who has just logged in. Really excited to have a conversation with him, talk a little bit about real estate, specifically in the states of Georgia and Alabama. He specializes in luxury residential real estate and commercial real estate. Jeremy, good morning. I can't hear you. Oh, man.
Get my mic together.
There you go. I can hear you now. You good?
You hear me good?
Yeah, we're great. All right. So again, Jeremy, please, welcome yourself to the Rolling Out and Wake Up family. Please share a little bit about yourself as we can, and then we go right into the interview. Are you there? All right, while he finished setting up, guys, I'm going to read a little bit of his bio. He's won 2 the Southeast Premier Real Estate Agents because of his rich experience and profound passion for the industry. He graduated from Jacksonville State University with a finance degree, followed by attending the University of Alabama at Birmingham and accomplished a real estate degree as well. I like degrees. He holds licenses in both Georgia and Alabama and specializes in luxury residential real estate and commercial real estate. So while he, just positions himself so we can have an amazing interview, and we'll welcome him right back. In the meantime, I'll check back into Facebook real quick. G. Bracy says, yes, Jamie, much respect for Jamie Foxx. Yes, and comedian too. He's hilarious. He had the Jamie Foxx show. So much going on.
Good to go.
Good to go? All right, y'all. Good. We are going to welcome back Jeremy. How you doing this morning?
I am doing good. How are you doing?
I'm well. So, real estate agent to real estate agent, I'm really excited to have this conversation with you. I got my license 2 days before the pandemic was proclaimed a pandemic. So, very exciting time for me to enter the real estate market in Atlanta specifically, right? But yeah, let's talk about your background, what got you interested in real estate, and all the amazing things going on at your company.
Okay. Well, my background, and I started in real estate back in 2004. I was actually playing college football at Jacksonville State University. It's up out Anniston, Alabama area. I was taking my degree in financing, and actually my advisor said, Jeremy, you need to take another course to go along with your degree, and one of the options was real estate. And so I didn't know too much about real estate at that time. Said, okay, let me just dive in this class. It'll give me a couple hours. But didn't know that once I actually got in the class, that I was going to fall in love with it. And so I found myself going into the class and yearning for more information. I left the class, going back, researching. I was like, okay, you telling people making money by selling people houses, and then it just, from that point, I was just in love with real estate. I tell everybody, you remember that movie, I think it was Love and Basketball, it actually where you fall in love with hip hop. Well, I fell in love with real estate, and I actually in college, and started from that point and got started.
That's amazing. So how have things changed? Things have changed a lot since 2004. How have you been able to first navigate, the financial crisis back in 2008, 2009, and then now with the pandemic, how's business going for you?
Well, business is going. So when I got in 2004, I tell everybody now who's getting into real estate, we didn't have social media at that point. So it was kind of like the old school way of real estate where you had to knock on doors and going out to networking events. But I started off there. I started in Birmingham, Alabama. Real estate went good for me in Birmingham, Alabama. Then, 2009, 2008 happened with the economy crash. At that point, I was actually lucky enough, I ended up selling foreclosure. And so at that time, when everybody was down, I was actually working with the banks. I was working with Wells Fargo, Regions Bank, Fannie Mae. So I was selling a lot of the foreclosures that happened in 2009, 10, 11. And to this day, we're still handling some of the foreclosures now. So my world kind of started actually picking up during that period of time. So I tell a lot of realtors, there's so many areas of real estate that you can kind of concentrate. And it was just luckily that I started in REO before the crisis had actually started. So I did that for a while, worked in Birmingham until about 2009. I was one of the top Keller Williams agents in the state of Alabama, like 3 years in a row. Felt like I had hit every mark I can hit in Birmingham, Alabama. I decided, hey, Atlanta's 2 hours away. Why not start in this big city? So I expanded over to Atlanta. That was back in 2007 when I started in Atlanta. I was with Keller Williams in Dunwoody, working. And at that time, before I came to Atlanta, I was working with some of the footballs in the University of Alabama. So the players that was going into the NFL draft, I was actually helping them with their housing. And so when I came into Atlanta, I said, well, Jeremy, this is a perfect location to help athletes because it has a large sports and entertainment division. So I ended up concentrating sports and entertainment in Atlanta. I tell everybody I went with every coffee appointment with financial advisors, sports agents, you name it. I was coffee in Starbucks. They knew exactly who I was. So I started working with a lot of athletes. And at that time, this is fast forward to 2011, social media started picking up. So I started putting,
Mm-hmm.
you know, content out on social media that who I was working with. So they saw me at the football games, they saw me at the private jets. And so, of course, you already know that brought a lot of attention
Yeah.
to it. You already know.
Yeah.
So I continued to work with some of the athletes, and I was specializing in luxury real estate. But what I didn't see in luxury real estate was a lot of minority realtors. So I was going to a lot of conference events. One I went to in Beverly Hills, and it was over 500 people there, but it was only 15 minorities in the room. So I started kind of thinking like a lot of minorities in luxury real estate on it, and it kind of started messing with me a little bit. You know, I was part of Keller Williams Luxury Division in Atlanta, and we would have Live Luxury, and it was probably about 250 of us, and it's still the percentage of minorities in those groups were less than 5% on it. And I'm like, you know, why not? The question kept on hitting me, Jimmy, like, why not a lot of minorities trying to enter into this space? So after time, I had a lot of minorities coming towards me and saying, hey, can you mentor me? You know, how did you get into this space? How did you navigate? You know, we all seek knowledge. And so everybody was seeking after me knowledge. And I decided one day, I said, you know, who is that minority company that I can go to if I wanted to specialize in luxury real estate? And then in Atlanta, I didn't actually see the company that I was seeking for. And so I decided it was time for me to create that type of company and then give opportunity for more minorities to have a platform in order to move into that space on it. And so I started Norman and Associates in 2018. And I tell everybody, you know, you don't have to have a lot to get started. I actually started in an apartment complex in Dunwoody. In a apartment Dunwoody, yes. It was a conference room every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. I had agents come over. I would train them. They would go back out. And so when I started putting that, I had my own company on social media. I started getting a lot of agents inquiring and say, hey, Jeremy, can I sit down? Can you tell me more about your company? So I tell everybody my first official office was Starbucks in Dunwoody. So I would meet agents at Starbucks in Dunwoody. We would sit down. I would tell them the vision of the company on why I actually started the company and what platform I was trying to give them. We had instant success within that first year. Then we moved into some office space, and I think it was 2019, we moved into our first brand new office space. And from that point, we've been growing. We have 185 agents on roster in Atlanta, and then we have agents on roster in Birmingham, Alabama. So that's just a little glimpse of us.
Congratulations. Yeah, and you guys are doing big things. Very humble. I loved everything you talked about, specifically how you went about networking and making things happen when it came to attaining your clientele. Right now, you know, us being minorities, I know that real estate is a very great way to ensure long-term sustainability when it comes to wealth within our communities and keeping money within, you know, our communities and our pockets and our homes and all of that. So with the more so of a real estate boom, specifically in predominantly Black communities, such as in Atlanta and Alabama, what advice do you have for Black men and women, or just minorities in general, on attaining their first home or getting their next home, looking for their dream home? What are some advice that you have to offer for them right now?
Well, what I would tell them right now, the first step we all know is about getting qualified. So, you know, actually, I'll take it a step back. Reach out to a professional real estate agent. That real estate agent should be able to guide you through the whole home ownership process on it. And I'll give you a little glimpse. The first process is financing. You know, you can't go actually buy a house unless you actually know what you qualify for. You know, you have a lot of people that are shopping around and say, hey, I want to buy a $200,000 home, or I want to buy a $300,000 home. But if you really don't know what a $300,000 home note will look like, you really don't know if you're qualified or not. So I tell every homeowner, the first step, let's get you to a qualified mortgage professional so we can sit down, come with a budget, and see actually what you're comfortable with. If you meet an agent and they're automatically trying to run and show you a property, that's not a proper agent. You know, I tell our agents right now, first step, let's get them qualified. Because the thing is, we want to put you in a house that you're comfortable with. I want to make sure that at $150,000, you're comfortable. At $500,000, you're comfortable. Because I tell all our agents, we're trying to come to the cookouts. We're trying to come to, the family reunion. We don't want to come and you stressed out about the house bill. We want to make sure we comfortably put you in something. So first step, let's get you qualified because there's a lot of programs that's going on right now.
Great. Yeah. And that's great that you bring up the different programs. So what are some programs that people should be interested or be cognizant of? Of course, having an agent they can kind of go over with you, but what are some great programs that you have seen been useful in the pandemic specifically?
Right now, as you can see, the pandemic real estate is taking off right now because interest rates are very low. They was at a historic low right now. I think they just slightly went back up a tad bit on it. So it's not a lot of first-time home buyer programs that's going right now because the interest rates are so low right now. So you have FHA, or traditional government-backed loan, which is going to require you to put 3.5% down. And then you have conventional, which is your bank institute loan, which is going to have you putting about 5% down on it. So you have two options. And then if you're a VA, you're a veteran, you qualify to go for a VA program, which I love VA programs because they get 100% down who don't want 100%. So if you served in the military, make sure you talk to your lender about getting your VA loan. Then if you're going over, I think the new threshold is $585,000, which is going to consider to be a jumbo loan. And they may be able to put 10% down on that one. So you got so many different programs that are going on right now. But I could tell you, a lot of people going right now are conventional loans. And that's 5% down. You have PMI, but after you get 20% of equity in your home, your PMI could be it could be forgiven at that point. If you go FHA, PMI is going to stay there for the remainder of your life of that loan.
That's great. And yeah, and also in terms of just loans, it's also have been a great time for those to refinance or I know people buying secondary homes. So the real estate market is busy. I know for me, I was working with a client and we put in an offer for a house that had, I think, 30 offers in 2 days. How has your experience been with clients who are struggling to find a home because inventory is so low right now?
Ooh, I have this conversation every day with our agents. Like I said before, we have 185 agents in our Atlanta location. And the number one question we're having at our team meeting is multiple offers. You saying 30, that's actually good. I'm hearing 50, I'm hearing 60 agents and offers at one time. So, I'm telling agents during that period of time, you want to make sure that you look into your due diligence period, your home inspection period. Those are some of the things that can probably help you out during that period of time. Talking to your actually real estate agent and going ahead and understanding who you're going to use for, let's say, home inspection. Identify some of the people that you're going to use in advance before you start going out and taking a look, because time is of the essence right now, especially if you're competing against so many people to get a house. You got to shorten those due diligence a tad bit. We used to be able to get, I tell everybody, you used to get 10 days. Now you're down to 3 days. So that kind of lets you know how our market is right.
Yeah, it's like the wild, wild west out there. And you just have to brace yourself every time you put in an offer and keep your fingers crossed, at least in my situation. Real quick, before we let you go, I just wanted to ask you, how has it been just in your journey from starting out in 2004 to now being a mentor to so many agents? What kind of impact or legacy do you really want to leave behind when it comes to just being that mentor in real estate?
Starting in 2004 to now, it's been actually amazing. If somebody would have asked me, where I would have been starting in 2004, my goal was just to be the top real estate agent. Now I had transitioning over to being actually a broker and owner. And my legacy right now is impact. I want to make sure that I put as many realtors in position to be successful. Like you said before, it's a lot of agents that are getting into real estate right now. And I want to make sure that I give them the tools and the guidance that they need so they can build a legacy. And let me back up. One reason why I started Norman and Associates was to give minorities a platform to be successful in any price range, whether it be from a $200,000 home up to, $5 million home on them. I believe that you get into real estate in order to invest on it. So when I saw a lot of minorities selling real estate, it was around that 300 price point, which is great. That's going to be good, paying the bills, being able to go on a vacation. But sometimes when you get into sales, it's all about getting those big home run hits so you can get back and invest. I want agents to understand invest. We're not going to be 80 or 70-year-old jumping in and out of our house. So we got to set up our future on that. And I think that I just wanted minorities to understand the other side of real estate. And so that's why I started Norman & Associates. I wanted them to be successful.
That's great. You should teach a class. If you don't have a class, you should definitely teach a class just on the investing side, because I know I join. I definitely join. Good job.
We just gotta understand real estate is a avenue to do anything. If you look at most successful people, they always start with what? Real estate. Some of the top millionaires and billionaires started with real estate, and they use real estate for investment. So if you're actually selling, that's you're not going to have another career where you get that much income coming in. So you need to invest it.
Yeah, definitely. I like the way you set that up. So where can we follow you, keep up with you, stay tuned into your movement, and really just support? And when somebody's looking for an awesome broker, awesome team, reach out to you.
Well, you can always find us on our website at normanliving.com, NORMANLIVING.com. You can find me on IG social media at Jeremy_Realtor. Jeremy_Realtor. And you can find me. Give me a call. We're here. We're doing some amazing things. I have the most amazing agents in the world, and they will love to help y'all out.
Let me find out. I need to come over there. I'll be reaching out to you.
Come on over.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm currently with KW right now, but maybe.
Oh, yeah.
All right, but thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us on the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call. Really enjoyed the conversation. Wish you all the best, and we will remain in touch and hopefully have you back sometime soon.
All right, take care, y'all.
Thank you. Bye. That was great, y'all. As he said, real estate is one of the quickest way to get some wealth into your pockets. Get that shmoney and keep that shmoney. Facebook is checking in with us, saying great information from Clarissa Thomas. Yes, he had a wealth of knowledge, very knowledgeable. He's been, 2004, and he's been in the game for a minute now, right? Carlos Scott. Hey, Carlos. How you doing? Good morning. He said, I bought both of my homes using my VA loan. Yes, VA loans are amazing. No money down. Whew. I need to somebody give me a VA loan. G. Bracy Worthy says, if you qualify for a $300,000 home, that doesn't mean you should go out and buy a $300,000 home. Yes, just because what you qualify for does not mean that it makes sense for you financially. So be cognizant of that, as well as, sometimes you might have to put in another offer or go offer higher on some properties, especially here in Atlanta, with things being so competitive right now in terms of offers, that it could be a home for $250 that ends up selling for $275, $280. That used to be taboo, but it's really not right now with how crazy this market is. So just be mindful of having a fluctuating budget when it comes to your home and what you really want to be paying monthly on your payments, right? D. Shield says, I use VA for my first home. My daughters and military hubbies will as well. Yes, that is great. Somebody, I need a VA loan, okay? My mom checking in, Tammy Berry. Hi, Mom. She says she loves real estate. Yes, shout out to my mom, who actually was a real estate agent when I was a kid, and inspired me to become a real estate agent. So it's true. You can't be what you can't see. So shout out to my mom for being what I saw. And then I turned around and got my real estate license in the middle of a pandemic. But nonetheless, I still got my license. Okay. It's not about the journey. It's not about the destination. It's the journey, right? D. Shield says, Colorado and these homes in the millions. VA is like, don't play with me. I can bet Colorado is expensive. Praying for everybody out in Colorado, by the way, with the recent news of what was going on. Just got to be careful, D. So be careful when you go in them grocery stores. Be careful when you go to these gas stations. Be careful when you go get a massage. Be careful when you go to the beach. It's just too much going on in the world. Just be careful, y'all, please. So yeah, I do not know where my lovely co-host is. Miss Portia Monique. I don't know if we have some more stories that can possibly be talked about. It is 9:50, so we're going to get into positive thoughts in the next 5 minutes or so. But in the meantime and between time, let's continue to check in with Facebook. Talk to me. Oh my gosh, D, she says everyone open carries rifles and knives here. Yes, I definitely think that this, hopefully in this new Biden administration, they get a lot more reformative, like she's saying, yes, reformative when it comes to the policies in terms of, you want to say guns, but just carrying weapons in general, knives, machetes, rifles, shotguns, ARs. It's ridiculous how many people have access to these massive weapons of destruction, right? Especially when I think the person who went into the massage parlors, he got the gun, I think the day of or the day before, and the person who went into the shopping market in Boulder, Colorado, I think he had just got that gun like 6 days prior. So it's like you could just get a gun just like that and then turn around right after and commit heinous crimes. Ridiculous. What a world we live in, right? That's why we have to stay prayed up. Producer is saying I can wrap up early because I do not want to bore y'all talking myself to death this morning. But I think that going into positive thoughts this morning and just thinking about all we've talked about today is you have to just be mindful and be careful and stay spiritually aligned. We had some amazing guests today from our Winning Wednesday guest, Shay, and her lovely, amazing guest that we had this morning. I thought I had her name in here. Yes, Miss Yolanda Pearson, who was awesome. We had Jay and Applemania, who won the grant from Lowe's. And then of course, our last guest, Mr. Jeremy Norman, amazing guest today, who just stayed diligent on their path. And you could tell there was something about them that just seemed spiritually happy, spiritually aware, spiritually aligned. And I think it's so important in the times that we are living in to focus on being as spiritually aligned as possible, because that seems like the only way to really reap the success that you want, to really reap the life that you want, and to stay away from, things that are really working to destroy people. The Bible says devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And in order to, prevent those things from happening, we have to be connected to a power higher than us. So I think for my positive thought of the day, I just really want to reiterate the importance of being spiritually aligned during these times, right? Iris is saying, great day. Miss Jean says these spring breakers better stop sitting on my car or you might be seeing me on the news. These people on Miami Beach are not college students. Yes, that's one thing I will say. Those spring breakers might just be people who got their stimulus and just went to Miami and have no college that they're attending, and are maybe well above the undergraduate college age, the normal undergraduate college age, because anybody could go get their degree, but y'all know what I mean. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Dee. She says, great show ending. Everyone have a beautiful and safe day. Yes, everyone, please go out, have a beautiful, safe day. We will catch y'all tomorrow on the Rolling Out AM Wake Up Call at 8 a.m. Make sure you tune into rollingout.com. Stay tuned for our stories. Follow us on social media at Rolling Out. You can follow me at the Shayberry. And so, yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. Have a great day. Sun is shining nice and bright.
The sun is shining, shining, nice and bright, bright. The birds are chirping, chirping, and I'm excited. Time to get ready, ready for another day. Hey, no one can stop us. Oh, we gon' learn to play. Oh, every day we learn and play. We do our best, so we'll be great. You do your best, best, and I do mine. So let's get ready, 'cause it's about that time.
It's time for a talk. If you're 45 or older, you need to get yourself screened for colon cancer. This disease can be very treatable when caught early, so the sooner you know what's up with your health, the better. The good news is that there's options for getting screened that are easier than you think. Get informed. Hey, we're all busy and we think, when would we fit it in? Well, make the time. It just might mean more time with your family down the road. If you're a man or a woman, 45 or older, I'm talking to you. I've lost good friends, young friends, to colon cancer. Don't make the mistake of waiting until you have symptoms or think that you have no risk because it doesn't run in your family. Everybody needs to be screened. So take control. Get screened for colon cancer, 45 or older. Learn how. StandUpToCancer.org/colon cancer.